Hello, everyone. It's Simon here from Elsa Communities. As usual, joined by Martha and Lucas, our amazing administrators here at Elsa. They're here, they're rocking, they've got loads of energy. This is part two of this week's summit on using informal speech in everyday conversation. In part one, we talked about what makes a good conversation, how we can create a conversation a little bit like a game of ping pong, where both people in a conversation needs to be involved and ask questions to make sure the conversation gets sustained or continues. Now, in part one, I was having individual conversations with each of the members in the group today. Now it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to have conversation between group leaders, and we're going to be listening in and give them hopefully some interesting feedback as to how they could improve their conversation skills. All right. But before we do that, Martha, we want to show some of the videos from last week's homework?
Yes, we actually have some amazing submissions from last week's homework. So I'm going to share my screen now, and I'm going to show you some of the great things that our group leaders sent us. Okay.
Fantastic. So as Martha is
So
preparing this, I'm also going to remind you what the topic was last week. Last week we were talking about relationships, and we were talking about personal and work relationships. The homework that was given to you guys had to do with your best friend. Describe your best friend or talk about your best friend. And we have some really good entries this week. So Martha, let's have a look. Who are we listening to first?
so this is Tin Tin.
All right, let's have a look.
Hello, you guys. So my homework today is describe my best friend. All right. So speaking of friends, I would say I have a bunch of casual acquaintances from my school, from my neighborhood. Yeah, I only have one best mate though. His name is Dan. Yeah, I first met him when I was in 10th grade. I mean, when I attended to 10th grade. Yeah, honestly, I was an idle person when I was in 10th grade. I mean, I was not interested in studying English or something like that. So, yeah, I would say at that time I had a chance to sit with him. Yeah, and after talking with him, after sitting with him for a long time, I realized that I have to make a good relationship with this person. You know, he's he's a studious person. He's an inspirational person because he has a good command of English, and so yeah, I have learned some useful things from him, especially he has inspired me to study English. Yeah, so I would say if I hadn't met him at that time, maybe I couldn't have improved my English skills. Yeah, so I would say I'm really grateful. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening.
Whoa, great job. Fantastic. Now, I heard some amazing stuff. Now, there was a mention here by Juan that said, awesome vocabulary, dude. Dude is very informal. Great job for bringing in some more informal language here. Awesome vocabulary, dude. He certainly has awesome vocabulary. I picked up on words like having casual acquaintances. Wow. Two high level words brought together to explain what casual acquaintances are. Friends that you see once in a while. They're not great friends. They're not the best friends, but they're acquaintances. They're people you know. They're people in your circle. Fantastic use of vocabulary. And then when you talk about your best friend, you said he's studious and inspirational. Boom, boom, boom. We're scoring some high level vocabulary points again here. That's C for C1 or C for C2 in terms of studious, for example. So that's high level vocabulary here being used by Tin Din. Also, when we talk about informal speech, did you notice the use of filler words here? Saying stuff like, I was thinking about that. This is a filler word that feels more casual. It makes the conversation feel more relaxed. It's not as formal. So sometimes using some filler words is a good thing. Using too many filler words is negative, or it's not going to be as helpful to your speech. But sometimes to convey a feel of relaxedness or being chilled out in a meeting, you can use some of those casual fillers in there as well. So fantastic, fantastic homework. Well done. Let's have a look at the next one, Martha.
Today, I would like to share with you my best friend. His name is Hung. He is living in Langshan province. He is an English teacher right now. He is my former classmate from the Hanoi University. We don't live in the same city. We usually make conversation each other when we have free time because we know each other, we understand each other. That is why we always feel very happy. We always feel funny when we make conversation each other. We can share everything in our life together. When we have trouble, when we have problems in our life, we usually make a phone call to ask some solution from each other. And that is why our relationship become better and better. And that is why we usually consider each other be the best friends. Thank you so much.
Yes, fantastic. Thumbs up for Tin Din here. Amazing work. Round of applause, everyone. Yes. Again, really, really interesting vocabulary here. For example, the expression my former classmates. Former meaning in the past, or which I used to have in the past. So his best friend was a former classmate, and now they live in the same city and they have a good time having fun together. What's interesting is that Tin Din talked about how friends help one another in negative situations as well, right? If you have problems in your life, your friends are people you can go to for help. And that's an interesting take here. We normally think about friends about them being part of our happy life. However, they can also be part of our feeling better when we're encountering difficulties in life. So I really appreciate you bringing in that element of friendship connected to difficult moments in our lives. I think that's a really, really good point as well. Great job on that homework. Now let's have a look at the next one.
Hi guys, thank you for your time to join the call with us today. I'd like to tell you about my closest friends. They are Ha and Hua. Both of them were my classmates in high school. We have a lot of things in common, so I feel very comfortable to share everything with them. We usually hang out for coffee, watch movies, and go on road trips at the weekends. They are amazing friends to travel with. This is one of our pictures that was taken when we visited Incheon Lake in 2020. I feel so happy and lucky to have them in my life. How about you? Please tell me about your best friends. Thank you for listening.
Yes, fantastic again. Now, Lily coming through with some graphic design, with some pictures popping up, with some music to start the video here. Come on, right? She's pulling all the stops here in making this a very special event indeed. This expression here, by the way, pulling all the stops. That is an idiom that means Sorry, let me just write that to everyone here. To everyone, pulling all the stops, meaning being involved and doing everything that's in your power to make something happen. All right? Pulling all the stops. It's an idiom, it's an informal expression, and you should think about ways of using that in your everyday life. Now, what I also liked about Lily is that she does use a lot of informal speech, right? She said, I want to hang out with friends for coffee. To hang out is what we call a phrasal verb. And phrasal verbs are extremely important to convey casual speech. All right, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But phrasal verbs and idioms being used by Lily in this video, plus amazing design skills as well. So I think good round of applause for Lily, everyone. Come on, let's go. Yes, fantastic. Great stuff. So thank you so much for sending in these homework. I'm really excited that people do send them in. Make sure you participate in those. And there's going to be another homework video assignment for next week. So I'm hoping for people that are new, like Ikshan and maybe Richard, that they'll be able to submit some homework. Now, moving on to part 2 of today's summit. We're going to have conversations, but not with my involvement. You're going to have conversations with one another. And who knows, maybe Martha and Lucas will also join in some of those conversations. So, Lucas, I think we should have a first conversation and involve our new participant, Richard, into the first conversation. So let's have Richard and someone else. Who do you think we should pair up with Richard to have a conversation?
So I think Percy, because he's the last one in the last part. So Percy, can you go?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So this conversation is going to take place between Richard and Percy. And Martha, what will their subject of conversation be? Ooh, the question is, who's your hero? And I'm going to ask Richard to start the conversation. Richard, let's start a conversation with you and Percy about your heroes.
Okay.
It's your turn to go.
Who's your favorite hero, Percy?
Well, my hero. If talking about my hero, I think my father is my hero. Yeah, he there's a background story from him. My grandfather was bankrupt. He owned a lot of money, huge money from other people's, and he was working very hard and to pay all the debt for my grandfather, and also take care of my family, his family. And he bring up me, brought up me, and also my sister, and now we have a quite good family and not worry about the daily life. So I think he is the hero to save our life. Yeah. What about you, Richard? Who is your hero?
Who's my hero?
Yes.
Sometimes my dad, sometimes my uncle. He helped me. He bought food for me, and yeah, that's my hero. I'm not sure about the hero, but
maybe
if you talk about superhero, I have so many.
Yeah, what about superhero? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I also thought about superhero as well. So who is your superhero?
I like Superman.
Superman, great.
He's so massive and a white soldier, and he is so strong and help so many people. Yeah.
Yes, I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to know who is my superhero? Who's my favorite superhero? Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your favorite superhero, Percy?
My favorite superhero is Iron Man. Same as my son. Iron Man. Yeah. He's cool. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, he's very intelligent and cool playboy. Yeah, I think, and rich. Yeah, I think he's the idol of the man. That's why I think, yeah, he's my favorite superhero. Yeah.
Fantastic conversation. Thank you, guys. Round of
Thank you,
applause
Simon.
for
Thank you.
Richard and Percy here. Great stuff. We've
Yeah.
had a complete conversation with people going back and forth answering about heroes. What I liked is that the conversation segued or moved into another topic, which is great. It's not just heroes, it's superheroes. And it expanded into the characters that we prefer seeing on television or in comic books. Fantastic conversation, guys. Really, really good. And Percy, thank you for supporting the conversation by forwarding and asking more questions to Richard as well. Really, really good to be able to drive the conversation like that. Really appreciate it, mate. All right. Lucas.
Thank you, Simon.
My pleasure. 2 other candidates for the next conversation.
Thomas and Iksan. That will be the next.
Thomas and
Sure.
Iksan. So, all right, Iksan and Thomas. Okay, here's the question for you both. Have you ever done karaoke? And I'm going to ask Thomas to start the conversation between himself and Iksan. Go for it.
Yeah. Have you ever done karaoke? And do you usually go to karaoke after working? Yeah.
Thank you for the questions. I have you ever done karaoke in my experience? I ever done the karaoke, but I I feel sad because my I think like the articulation or something else is not good as my friends in junior high school. So I rarely going to karaoke because of that. I feel insecure about my own sound. What
It
about
is your,
you, Thomas?
it is your country. Do you like singing karaoke at home or go to the karaoke parrots?
In my experience, I rarely going to karaoke. Like I said before, because in the I feel insecure about my own sound, my own articulation to sing a song. So I rarely going to karaoke or something like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in my city, it's we have many places to hanging out to doing karaoke.
Yeah, okay.
What about you, Thomas?
Yes, of course. We usually go to karaoke after we have the party. When we work in the office, normally 1 or 2 months, we usually go to the party. And after finishing the party, we so in the second part, going karaoke, and we can sing some song and share each other about some song. Yeah. And that is why, especially in the young people in my country, really love going to karaoke. Yeah, because when we join the karaoke, we have chance to show our feeling about the music, maybe like that. Yeah. For example, for me, although I couldn't sing well, but when we go to karaoke, I usually sing 1 or 2 songs. Yeah, because in the karaoke parrots, the music is loud, it's very good. That is why we can feel self-confident to sing some song. Yeah.
So I think you counterpart from me. You are confident to sing a song like that, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah, and as you know, because I really love English, that is why sometimes when I go to karaoke, I sing some English song. Yeah, and
Yeah.
and that is why I show my passion about English. Yeah.
So I'm going to
So
jump in here and ask a question. I want to know what your favorite songs are, right? I want to see what your party piece is. When you have a favorite song, we call it a party piece. Another informal expression here. Sorry to interrupt the conversation, but we have to ask what your party piece or favorite song is. Why don't, Iksan, why don't you start?
Mm, I don't think I have one for my favorite song, but I say I can say that I like instrumental song like FET or ETM one. So I don't think I have a good many song that I like.
Yeah,
That's it. Party piece. I don't understand what is the meaning of party piece. It's so new for me. It's the new word.
How about yourself, Thomas? What's your favorite party piece in a karaoke bar?
Party piece. Uh, 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 can you tell me the party piece? What's mean? It's the name
Yeah,
of
so
song.
yeah, so when we say what is your party piece, it's an informal expression in English that means what is the thing you're going to perform in a party, right? What's the thing you always show up in a party with and sing during a party or perform in a party, right? So, what's your party piece means what's the one song that you know you'll sing every time you go to the karaoke?
Yeah. Oh, it's hard for me to answer this question. Yeah. Normally, when we have the normally, for example, when we finish our work, wow, yeah, and we would like to go to karaoke and so some favorite things, yeah,
Yeah,
the favorite song, yeah, and
yeah.
that is why we make ourselves relaxed, yeah.
Okay, so we're not gonna know exactly what your favorite song is. Let's ask Martha and Lucas. What are your favorite songs, Martha? If you don't have a mic, that's okay. You can type it in. But Lucas,
Yeah.
I know that deep down Lucas is a party animal, and he has a favorite karaoke song. I can see it in his eye. Lucas, what's your favorite party song?
Yeah, obviously that I did karaoke. Yes, obviously. But to choose out the my most favorite song is really difficult because like I sang a lot of song when I do karaoke. It's like I see everything on the cue screen and like I yeah. Let me try it. Let me try it. So let me pick out one of it. This could be like a song from the Chainsmokers. Have you ever heard about that boy band? That two of people that you're great, and
What
my favorite song would be like a closer. Yeah.
Closure? Okay, Martha, what's your favorite song for
My
karaoke?
favorite karaoke song is Hero by Mariah Carey. I
Oh
really love that. I've been
yeah,
singing that ever since I was young. Because I know karaoke culture is very big here in the Philippines. And I
yeah.
know that you, Simon, you also have a party is, right? So what's
Oh,
yours?
well, some of you know that I used to be an opera singer, so I sang opera for a long time, and so I always sang "O Sole Mio," which is an Italian song, right? But if I go karaoke, I'll probably sing something different. I'll probably go for like a classic song of the '90s because I'm a bit older than you all are. So maybe like some Cranberries. The Cranberries, it's an Irish band. Maybe a rap song by Usher, perhaps, or something that's got beat and energy. Or sometimes like a romantic song. Maybe even the theme song of the Titanic film by Celine Dion, which is a lady that comes from the same area of the world as I come from. So yeah, I'm pretty flexible, but I'll have my favorites for sure.
Yeah, we would love to hear you rap in the future, right, guys?
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next question over here. Lucas, let's choose two more people that haven't spoken yet for the next question.
Tintin and let me see, John. Can you?
All right, Tintin and Juan. And the question is, do you believe in aliens? And it's going to be Juan who starts the conversation. Let's get started,
Okay.
guys.
Hey, hello, Tintin. Nice to meet you. Um, well, do you believe in aliens? Random question.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay.
I was asking you if do you believe in aliens?
Definitely. I think I'm really interested in, some alien things or some, outer space or something, out of this earth. Yeah, I think aliens is actually you know have, yeah, I think so. What about you?
I'm sorry, I didn't get what you said. Do you think they exist or not?
Absolutely yes.
Well, I think the same. I don't think that ovnis, UFOs in my language we call them ovnis, but I don't think that UFOs are really aliens or spaceships because I think they are far away, but surely with the size of the galaxy and the size of the universe, they should exist in some place.
Yeah.
But
How is this conversation going to continue?
yes,
Are we going to find a way to continue this
very
conversation?
specific topic.
Yeah, okay. Well, so if aliens do exist, what do they look like, do you think? If they do exist, what do they look like?
It depends on the planet from where are they from, I think. If I've seen a video on YouTube talking about that a long time ago that explained, sorry for my dog, that explained that in planets with high mass and high gravity, the aliens would be more plain, like our insects, just like not very tall, I mean, and in places with low gravity, they will be bigger. But I don't think they will look anything like us, because obviously they should be different, right? It will be very weird for them to be similar to humans like they show in Hollywood movies. I don't know what's your opinion on this topic, Tin.
I have no idea about their appearance. Maybe they look like some character on movies, like you were saying. Yeah, I just guess so.
All right. Well, listen, thank you so much for that conversation. I'm going to stop it there. Thank you for doing the effort of carrying on this conversation. The reason why I didn't want to jump in when there was a big silence is that it's a situation that a lot of us as English learners encounter. You speak, and then there's a silence, and no one knows what to do. And this is the sort of situation you need to find ways to get yourself out of by finding forwarding questions that can help the conversation move along. So thank you very much to both Tin and Juan for making an effort to keep this conversation going. All right. And the more questions you ask, the more options you will have to expand the topic of a discussion into other directions as well. All right. Have we had everyone in a conversation, or are we still missing a few people? We've had.
It's all have a really, yeah.
Okay, well, Lily, why don't Lily and Martha have a go at a conversation? Would that be okay, Martha? All right.
Hi, where are you? I'm now.
Hello, Lily. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you.
All right. So you're having a conversation with Martha now, and the topic is, do you like to swim and why? So Martha, do you want to start the conversation?
Yeah, definitely. So Lily, I really don't know how to swim, you know. I'm 20 years old, 22 years old, and I'm not sure how I'm going to go with swimming lessons. What can you suggest?
Yes, hi Martha. Um, do you like swim and how often do you go swimming? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I actually can hear you, but even though I'm surrounded by like a lot of uh beaches, you know, I really don't like to swim. What about you? Are you surrounded by a lot of beaches? Do you go to resorts often? Do you go out?
Um, I I um, I sometimes go to go swimming at the weekends, but I don't like swimming so much because in Vietnam the swimming pool uh, is more, and I think it's not so fresh to swim regularly. So we are women, so our skin may be harmful with the water clogged. Some prefer to swim when we go on vacation
Yes.
to the beach. Yes.
I can relate, Lily, because you know, there's also pollution here, coastline pollution. Is that something that you also see in Vietnam?
Yeah.
Pollution?
Mm, solution about the swimming pool, you mean, or
Pollution, like dirt, like garbage is
uh,
everywhere.
yeah, I think the pollution is so bad in the big cities, not like Ho Chi
Yeah.
Minh or
Okay.
Hanoi. Yes, we usually get stuck in rush hour and very a lot of dust. We can
Oh gosh.
wear masks, even
Mm-hmm.
though the periods, the time before coronavirus, we usually
Mm-hmm.
wear masks when we go outside by motorbike or by electronic bicycle. Yes, I think but in the rural area, it's better. Yes.
Amazing. Well, thank you for that
Yeah.
conversation, guys. Great job. Did you guys notice how smoothly the conversation transitioned from swimming to pollution to going into the quality of the air into a specific city? We started with swimming and then we went into different topics naturally because the conversation had so many parts to it that people could just jump on the different sections of a topic to basically carry the conversation in another direction. So this is really the sort of skill I would like everyone in this group to develop, to build. It's how can I work on my conversation skills, my speaking reflexes, so that I can make conversations continue. They could technically be endless. You could keep talking, always, always. Just like me, I always talk too much. Speaking of talking too much, I think we're coming to the end of today's session. I would like to thank all of you for this. for this amazing experiment. We've had 2 summits on informal speech, working on guided conversations with me in the first half, and in the second half, working on conversations with one another. I hope this was a helpful session for you all. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the session. Use the reaction button. Reaction, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Fantastic. All right, now has come the time for me to give you your homework for next time. All right, we're gonna have another video homework. I hope that people will take the example of Din or Thomas, and also of Lily, and hopefully record some interesting videos for next week. So, here's the question for next week. What is the thing you're most passionate about in life? But you have to answer this question using informal language, all right? Find ways of using informal language. Now, where can you find informal language in the ELSA app? Well, if you have a look over here, you have an icon under topics and category that is called Using Informal English. Can you guys see that? All right, if you click on this, you have 6 topics: contractions, common English slang. Slang is like street talk. You have common idioms, which we talked about. I think Lily was using idioms earlier on. You have reductions. You have phrasal verbs. We talked about phrasal verbs today and how important they are in helping you convey casual informations more clearly. And finally, common English expressions. We've had some common English expressions as well this week. So make sure you practice at least one of those courses along with the preparation of your homework video, which is to talk about the thing you're most passionate about in life using informal speech. Is everyone clear about the homework? Thumbs up if you are. Thumbs up, thumbs up.
I'm sorry, I have a question. How long should the video be?
I think 1.5 minutes is about right. 90 seconds. All right? Fantastic, as usual. So please send in those videos. And also, Martha and Lucas are going to reach out to you guys to maybe request if you would be happy for those videos to be shared with the community of ELSA at large. We want to show the amazing work that you guys are doing. And so I was hoping that you guys would agree to get these videos out on social media in the ELSA platform. So if you have published a video, Martha or Lucas will reach out to you and ask your permission to publish those videos into the social media channels of ELSA, just to show how cool you guys are and how amazing you guys are, okay? So Martha and Lucas will reach out to you for that. I want to thank you all for a really, really, really good summit. We've had a lot of work, over 1.5 hours of English practice with everyone. And I would like to thank, on my behalf and on the behalf of all the group leaders here, a special thanks to Lucas and to Martha, who are doing an amazing work at managing our learning groups and our social here at ELSA. So a good round of applause for Martha and Lucas, please. Yes. Fantastic stuff. We're very fortunate to have them. So I on behalf of all of us, thank you guys. So from ELSA Communities, this was Simon, Lucas, Martha, and all of our group leaders joining in for some informal chat today. I look forward to the next summit next week, and the topic is soon to be announced. We don't know what it's going to be yet, but I think it's going to be fun. So until then, bye-bye.